Welcome to Police Hunt. It starts as routine patrols across multiple states, but within seconds, everything spirals into chaos. Stolen vehicles, reckless drivers, and desperate suspects push officers into high-speed pursuits where every decision matters. One wrong move at these speeds, and it's game over. Are you ready for this?
10-4. We're letting the locals know right now. 650.
Instead, they crashed through the fence and rolled over on the ground. That's when
Going right to the light, back on speeds 104, light traffic.
10-4.
it was March 3rd of 2023. A Minnesota state trooper was watching traffic on I-95 when a black SUV screamed by at 94 miles per hour. The trooper called it in and stepped on the gas. It wasn't long before he caught up with the car, but these young suspects didn't plan on pulling over.
Accelerating. Northbound 94, approaching Dallas, taking Dallas, exit back down. See if I can put him out right here. Going right to the light, back on 94 northbound. It's going to be black Kia, license plate, Edward, Victor, Sarah, 93, occupied by one.
Lieutenant, copy.
Speeds surge past control as suspects blow through red lights and even drive against traffic. Officers must weigh every move, initiate a pit maneuver, or hold back to protect civilians. With stolen vehicles and young drivers involved, the risk multiplies. Would you stay aggressive here or back off before it turns deadly?
You just drop down to 94 from the 49th overpass. Start medics.
They're running.
Highway cameras were rolling as the trooper chased the suspects up the exit ramp. The wheels lock as the car thieves try Tokyo drifting over the bridge. Instead, they crashed through the fence and rolled over on the ground. That's when 18-year-old accomplice to kick his way through the windshield.
Over from the southbound side of 94 to 49th, running westbound.
253 Metro, one has a black hoodie, gray sweatpants with the orange line on it, orange shoes, other wearing all black.
10-4. West Metro State Patrol is now patched with LTAC 1 for a foot pursuit, 94 and 49th in Minneapolis. Two suspects running westbound near 49th Avenue from 94.
Both suspects were captured and arrested shortly after the wreck. Somehow, neither sustained anything more than a few minor injuries. According to reports, the teens could face charges for fleeing and grand theft auto if the cops can prove they were the ones who stole the car.
Oh my God! He's heading eastbound in the westbound lane, light, red light at 41A. He's running it, dirt road. No, he's going back in the field because I was thinking he might try to hit me head on.
A Kentucky police officer was stationary on Route 41 when he clocked a vehicle coming toward him doing 80 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone. Instead of pulling over and taking his ticket, the driver decided to put everyone else's life at risk.
I got one coming in about 101 miles an hour, 41A north, past the cemetery. It'll be a silver 4-passenger car. They get a good look at it. Mondays for now. He's running the stop sign on 41A here. Dodge! He's heading eastbound in the westbound lane of MLK Boulevard. Eastbound and westbound lane of MLK Boulevard. Crossing traffic off the road. He switched back Tennessee tag, I think it's Boy, David Sam, 2815. BDS 2815, your silver Hyundai Elantra. He lost at Madisonville. He lost it. He went across. Now he's in the field.
Where are you?
Right across from the intersection, the T intersection of MLK and 6880.
The officer flipped around, pulled onto a nameless street, and returned to where the suspect had gone off-road. Damage to his
Now
already...
the stakes escalate. Vehicles crash, suspects flee on foot, and backup units scramble to contain the scene. From spike strip setups to coordinated boxing tactics, this becomes a test of precision under pressure. One suspect even turns a vehicle into a weapon. At this moment, do you push harder or prioritize containment?
Get out! Cut the freaking engine off! Open the door and get out! Open the door and get out! Get out! Hurry up! Get on the ground! I don't want you to stand up! Get on the ground! I don't give a shit! Get on the ground! Get on the freaking ground! Now put your hands behind your freaking back!
Of all the things he could be worried about right now, this guy only cares about getting his clothes dirty. This clean freak was arrested and charged with speeding, driving on a revoked license, fleeing, reckless driving, and first-degree wanton endangerment. It's unclear what he threw from the car, but based on the charges, we don't think it was anything illegal.
I don't give a shit about your car! Get out! Get out! Cut the freaking... Turn it over to state.
ASP Trooper Tyree Sampson was on patrol when a call came in from the Garland County Sheriff's Office. Deputies were in hot pursuit of a Ford F-150 that had just fled the scene of a traffic stop. They called upon the state police for assistance. Trooper Sampson just happened to be in the right place at the right time.
I've got it. Continue on. Turn it over to state.
Right down on Grove Street.
Here's what the home looked like before the chase, and here's what it looked like after. Everyone wants the cops to catch the bad guys, but did they really need to pit maneuver him into someone's living room? The driver was arrested and identified as 49-year-old Jason Griffith. Before being tackled, he tossed a loaded 9mm pistol toward the house. Police also found meth, DMT, and another bag filled with an unknown brown substance. He was ultimately charged with a long list of crimes, ranging from felony drug and firearm charges to speeding, fleeing, and driving without insurance. Hopefully, the homeowner had decent pit maneuver coverage. On February 4th of 2026, a routine traffic stop over expired tags quickly escalated into a high-speed chase through Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. The suspect, 49-year-old James Swan, thought the cops would leave him alone if he just made it across the Illinois border. He thought wrong. The suspect kept going, despite severe front-end damage. That's when officers tried to box him in on the highway, leading to this near miss.
We're westbound on foot. You're gonna get tased! Taser!
An off-duty officer with fresh legs happened to be in the area. He was more than happy to help bring this guy down. Swan began seizing as the cops cuffed him, forcing them to call EMS to the scene. A Narcan shot brought him back from the brink, leading the police to believe that he'd ingested several narcotics during the chase. Prison records showed that Swan was on parole at the time. Now he's looking at fresh charges for fleeing, reckless endangerment, bail jumping, possession, and driving with a revoked license. On November 22nd of 2023, Seattle police spotted a stolen vehicle believed to be involved in a recent robbery and drive-by shooting. In other words, there was a 0% chance this guy would stop when they tried to pull him over. SPD found several firearms inside the vehicle, along with 3 innocent dogs who were unharmed during the chase. Based on the firepower, you might think this guy was arming a small platoon. The 32-year-old suspect was booked into King County Jail on charges related to the chase and firearms possession. He pleaded not guilty in December, and his bail was set at $75,000, which he quickly posted. On March 15th of 2026, police in Flagler County, Florida were called to a gas station on Palm Coast Parkway after an employee called to report a battery. According to the caller, a woman ran inside covered in cuts and bruises. She locked herself in the bathroom and asked the clerk to call 911. Her boyfriend was in the parking lot, and he wasn't leaving without her, at least not until the cops showed up.
1033 for Kelly, 221, all others with Kelly. All right, beach search.
26. Southbound 95. Tell me to the way station.
Copy.
Disregard that, FHP is 97 with me.
We're out far back to HB.
We're past the 265. FHP pit.
Get out the car, hands up! Get out the car, hands up! Hands up! Put your hands on your head! Start walking back towards us!
Walk to your left. Yeah, keep walking back. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back. Walk back. We got hands. Down your knees.
The suspect was arrested and identified as 24-year-old Corarice Hill. According to the victim, Hill had forced her to drive from Sanford to Palm Coast, Florida. They stopped several times during the hour-long drive. Each time, Hill would take the keys to keep her from leaving. At the last stop, she finally decided to run inside the gas station for help. While being treated by fire and rescue, she told them that Hill had struck her several times and even pulled a weapon on her. In the end, he was charged with DB, false imprisonment, fleeing, and leaving the scene of a crash. Police learned that he had an extensive criminal record and was currently out on an inmate release program despite facing charges for attempted first-degree homicide. He had been arrested 10 times since 2015 on charges ranging from possession and battery to grand theft, aggravated assault, and robbery with a firearm. As they say, 11th time's the charm. On July 29th of 2025, a highway trooper in Pinellas County, Florida, observed a white SUV traveling at a high rate of speed on Route 19. The driver took an exit ramp, forcing the officer to reverse until he could safely take it himself. Thanks to his driving skills and several call-outs from his fellow officers, the trooper located the driver and initiated a pursuit.
352, get in the channel and take it to the top.
46, 46.
Alright, Temper, I've got him northbound. He was 19. You can go ahead and show me Temper. I'm right behind him. So Harper, it's 28.
So far, go ahead.
Whiskey, Charlie, November 295. Northbound 19, speeds 92.
Northbound 19.
We're approaching 611.
Monitoring, look at our chart.
The officer spun around and drove the wrong way down an entrance ramp to catch up with the suspect. He lost sight of the driver briefly, but the banged-up SUV wasn't too hard to spot.
Right behind him on number 2. He's in the ditch. He's in the ditch.
Come on, hands! 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 Get out of the car! Get out of the car! I'm gonna shoot you! Get the f*** out of the car! No, it's you! Get there! Get there! Get on the ground! My friend, right? Cover! Cover! I got you! Cover! Get up! You guys hit him hard? Yeah, you. No, sir, that wasn't me. You lost your mind? That wasn't me, sir. That wasn't me. Yeah, it was. I saw you. No, I hit you twice. We looked eye to eye several times. No, sir, we didn't. We'll talk later.
Ah, yes, the old "it wasn't me" routine. The lone suspect was arrested and identified as 36-year-old Marcus Real Hoptree. While talking to him, the police could immediately smell the strong odor of alcohol coming from his person. They learned that his license was suspended for 2 prior DUIs and that he had active warrants out of Pinellas County at the time. In the end, he was charged with fleeing, driving without a license, refusal to submit, and of course, DUI.
Got a good hit on the side.
It was May 30th of 2021. A Georgia State Patrol officer was watching traffic on Route 166 when he clocked a Nissan Altima doing 71 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone. What would have been a simple speeding ticket escalated into a high-speed chase when this driver decided to flee.
Bypass coming up Maysville.
We're coming towards Carrollton, but he's about to try to turn onto Alright, that's my deal. Going towards, we're heading towards Bowden. Go ahead, towards Bowden. He's driving very recklessly.
The suspect stepped on the gas, towing the solid yellow lines as he dodged cars on either side of the road. He's heading west on State Route 166 toward the city of Bowden. From there, it's only 4 miles to the Alabama border. In his mind, crossing state lines will get the GSP to back off. Let's see if he's right.
Turn left. Left on Woodalley Street.
Left on Woodalley. I'm going to set up at 5 and then I'll stop you there.
10-4, we go that way. Yep, we're going that way. We're going 100 towards 5.
So we're coming for 100 towards 5. Get a good hit on the pipe. Come on, Tommy, good hit on the pipe.
Missed a bit. Might be coming up on the state line.
Coming up on the state line.
Alright, they're driving the wrong side of the road, coming into a curve.
So we're driving on the road.
After the near chase-ending pit, a hand emerged from the back window. Whoever was back there was likely begging the officer not to run them off the road. They didn't have anything to do with this maniac behind the wheel, and they'd rather not lose their life because of him. Thankfully, this chase was about to end itself.
They've got a man sitting out. Yep, they're off the roadway. They're off the roadway. And they're about to...
The Nissan fell apart shortly after the driver crossed into Alabama. Police removed 2 passengers from the vehicle who had said that they'd been begging the driver to stop. As for the madman behind the wheel, he fled, but was quickly tackled after a short chase. Police later found a firearm inside the car and learned the man had outstanding warrants for his arrest. Now, he's facing charges in 2 states instead of 1.
He's about to wreck out.
On January 18th of 2026, an Arkansas man being transported to a hospital near Little Rock suddenly attacked the EMTs and stole their ambulance. He threatened them with trauma shears and ditched them on the side of the road. He probably thought the ambulance was fast enough to escape the cops. ASP Trooper Anthony Goins arrived just in time to prove him wrong.
Weaving out on the road.
Are we clear here, 63? Oh, unit 1063 for Adam 35, eastbound Footwood.
Speeds up to 90. Trying to clear traffic, he's weaving it back and forth.
Probably just blamed on his brake.
One black male driving.
Trooper Goins rode alongside the ambulance after the driver attempted to brake check him twice. That's when the driver sped up, his eyes focused on an upcoming exit.
He's about to wreck out.
All right. I got a stop sign. Feedback.
10-4, copy that. 440, 754. Traffic, 90 miles per hour.
You can get up here and end it. Get up here and end it. He's braking hard.
Now the stakes escalate. Vehicles crash, suspects flee on foot, and backup units scramble to contain the scene. From spike strip setups to coordinated boxing tactics, this becomes a test of precision under pressure. One suspect even turns a vehicle into a weapon. At this moment, do you push harder or prioritize containment?
Get on your... Keep moving. Get that on. I got it. On the road.
The suspect's name and charges were not made available when police released the footage. As for the ambulance crew, one member was treated for minor injuries after the suspect struck him multiple times. It's unclear what set the man off and why he wasn't restrained during transport. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more just like it, be sure to click the link on screen now. With that, thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you in the next one.